Hey, what's up, VC? Joachim here to share with you guys my favorite records from 2023. I'm gonna share my top 15 releases, and also I'm gonna share with you the reissues that I bought this year. All the reissues that I bought this year, I'm gonna share with you guys. I have no cheat sheet. I didn't do any research to provide accurate information on the original first pressings of the reissues I'm showing, so hopefully my memory will not let me down. So let's jump into this. First one up, was super stoked that this was finally reissued. Scandinavian metallic hardcore heroes, the black uniforms, Faces of Death, their first, their debut LP. This came out on Arrested Records. So they put out 1,000, so there's plenty out there, I'm sure. Super stoked on this. And I couldn't even be happier when maybe 3-4 months later they also dropped this reissue. This is a comp, which I like it as much as I do like their debut. However, there's tunes here that align more into the Scandinavian hardcore, leaving the metal elements aside, which I do like it. This reissue came out, so Black Uniforms, Splatter Punks on Acid. This came out on Helter Skelter. You need those, and it's 1,000 copy reissue as well. So stoked on this. So I bought this one too. This, I don't know, I don't remember, but this is, I believe, maybe 1984. This is classic, classic release from the UK peace punk and narco punk scene. Alternative, If They Treat You Like Shit, Hack Like Manure. This is like on Icons of Filth Fashion. It's pretty good. Actually, it's really good. If I were to make a narco punk top 20, this record will be there for sure. So Alternative. I never owned this. Yeah, I never owned this record. I think I do. I still have like a cassette that someone was kind enough to give me a long time ago. Great release. Stoked on this one. I used to have this record, the original I don't, but I was stoked on a proper reissue of Rudimentary Penai Cacophonia on Sealed Records. It's fantastic. It's my favorite Rudimentary Penai album is Dead Church, which is just absolute classic. But following Cacophonia, it will be my favorite. Even though this is a record that cannot skip tracks, you gotta enjoy the full experience. It's a true Cacophonia. Great. This one just got it. I got this maybe 3 weeks ago. It's like absolute classic Portuguese hardcore band from the 80s. They did reform in the 90s, and this record came out in 1995 or 1996, but on CD only. So this is the very first time that Crise Total e a Crise Continua as the wax treatment. Yeah, if I have to recommend a Portuguese band, a punk Portuguese band, they would be my first pick. This is on Discharge, KSUK, Disorder Fashion. It's classic. I wish they had used the original artwork, which they didn't, and also, they should have had like a booklet or something. It's a pretty lame reissue, but what really matters is the music, and it sounds great. I bought this reissue as well, which it was an impulsive buy. I bought Kuro The Complete Hardcore Damnation. I bought these online. I saw it at a fair price. So okay, anything that I see by Kuro, I tend to buy if it is within reason when it comes to prices. So, but then I realized that I already had way too many bootlegs, which with the exact same tracks, with the exact same quality of sound. So this is like a reissue of a bootleg, of many bootlegs that were made out of the official release of the Kuro discography that came out mid-90s. But it's cool, you know, and he has like a cool poster inside too. Oh, this was epic too. Glad they released these. The Plugs, second LP, Better Luck. You know, not much needs to be said about the Plugs. LA punk pioneers with Chicano vibe. It's great, and some would not consider this record punk. You know, it's punk enough to me, and it's so well played. If you're not familiar with the Plugs, or in particular this record, check the song El Clavo y la Cruz. Awesome, stoked on this. Another Portuguese release that a good friend of mine was kind enough to pull the trigger and don't let me out of the party. Early Portuguese punk band, early 80s, no, mid 80s, Cu de Judas. This is probably gonna be tough for anyone out there to find this, because this is a limited edition to 25 copies. This is where the Portuguese, not exactly where the Portuguese punk scene started, but that this was, like their extra punch that the Portuguese scene needed to grow. Classic, mid-tempo, pogo punkish. The real value here is the lyricism, which you gotta learn Portuguese to get it, because Portuguese doesn't sound as I feel appealing as Spanish might, Finnish, even Japanese. It's stuff, but it's a classic. And last but not least, the compilation that I bought was Virus. You Can't Ignore It Forever. This came out this year. Of course, everything came out this year on Overground Records. I'm stoked on this because this is Virus. It's as you can tell, peace punk, anarcho punk band. Not as, more like on the mid-tempo, not as fast-paced as Icons of Filth can be, or Flux of Pink Indians. They have a little bit more like undertone, resemblance at times, maybe Mob, or even Zounds here and there. Classic, and this is the first time that this release sees the light of day on wax. This came out originally maybe 84 again, on cassette tape. So stoked on these too. Okay, done with the reissues. So now I'm gonna do my top 15. This is my top 15 today, as I took 10 minutes to grab the records and organize them. So it's my top 15 today. That doesn't mean they won't change. But out of the records that I purchased from this year, this is my top 15. Here he goes. Starting with number 15. Showed this before. Civic, Taken by Force. At this point, they're more well known. Rock. It's a Australian rock band with punk edge. It's great. This record is not up higher in the list because there's some songs that are there's nothing special about it. But there's 3-4 solid, almost anthems in this record. Civic, 15. 14. On Mendeco di Scac, Collapse. Collapse from either Germany or Netherlands. Either one. Pretty good band. For the ones that are into these most scene that is going that has been going on for a while. Some refer to as oi hardcore, whatever that means. It does have that hardcore feel with that 90s oi growl and again chorus here and there. It's pretty solid. So now 13, I'm gonna give it to the Stools. Pretty sure everybody's familiar with the Stools. And by the way, I'm not seeing the labels, so never mind. Mendeco Discac for Collapse. The Stools came out on Fillet Records, and the Stools are just like garagey Stooges, worship on steroids. Amazing. Next one up, we got hailing from Mexico, also on Mendeco Discac. Mess. Under Attack. I've been following this band from the very beginning. I have all their material. They did put out this year this record and a 12-inch EP called Fuego Fuego Fuego. I decided to give it to this one because it's a full length. It's pretty good. They have like they do they kind of I will describe them as if the UK punk band Blitz was a hard rock band. So they have like that. They have some classic hard rock drive to them. A little post-punk feel too here and there. It's great, but my favorite material by them is still the EP with Chisel. I think that was their shining moment. Next one up, No Time, well-awaited return since 2017 maybe. Suffer No Fool. This came out on TKO. This was not a full disappointment to me. Well, it's making my top 15. It's a great album, but I'm a big fan of this band. And, if you're familiar with them, if you're familiar with their first EP and their first LP, you have high expectations. They didn't disappoint, but they could not provide a follow-up that would, be compared to their previous work. So it's solid, hardcore, punk hardcore, full of anger, punch, great guitar hooks, but it gets a little bit monotonous, I'll say. Check them out. Hold on. Okay, next one we have here. It's Ryan Kid. I'm stoked on this. Absolutely stoked on this. This is an EP. I'm happy for Ryan and Mika, also known as Dr. October. They collaborated, and Ryan put out this EP. I was blown away by the cover that they did. They cover Machine, Bored with the City, beautiful work. The other tunes are pretty much like 77 fuzz punk with a pogo punk feel. Great stuff. Keep up the good work, Ryan and Mika. Next one up, Home Front, hailing from Canada. Great record. There's some serious tunes here. This came out on La Vida Zamuz. There's some serious songs in here. It's a record that he has 3, 4, maybe 5 really memorable tunes. It's again that this new wave of post-punk with synth influences. It's like someone describe, it's like skinheads that enjoy electronic music kind of sound, whatever that means. Yeah, it's a great record. Check them out. On front, La Vida Zamuz. Getting tired here. I want to wrap these up quick. The return of the Chats with Get Fucked. This is great. Sure, the Chats is a band that big majority of you are familiar with it, and I saw them going from dive bar, shitty venue, band playing for 20 people to just recently a sold out show in the largest venue in the city. Insane how popular these guys got, but this record is amazing. They did not, success are not affecting them a bit. They're not deviating for the sound that they start doing from the very beginning. And this is like, if pub rock was just a thing these days, it would be the Chats. Awesome. Pub rock meets punk rock. Next one up, love this record. The Hell, hailing from Cleveland. This came out on Not For The Weak Records. This shit rips. This thing is like, it could be mid-80s Midwest hardcore. Think you can hear Negative Approach influences. You can hear Faith, even a little bit of Void here and there. Fantastic. Next one up, I lost the count. We got Poison Ruin, Harvest. Man, this record, look at this cover. This record is amazing. I don't know if that term exists, but if it doesn't exist, I'm gonna coin that term. I'll describe these guys as dungeon punk. This is like exactly, this record sounds like it looks. It sounds like desperate. It's a record that evokes suffering and empowers you for battle. And the production of the sound is pretty, atmospheric. There's like, I don't know how to explain it because I can't remember the right words to describe it. Yeah, it's just amazing. Amazing. And this came out on Relapse Records. Sorry, I'm having a brain fart. Next one up, this is great, hailing from California. Personal Damage, Atrophy and Entropy on Test Subject Records. This is a phenomenal record. When I heard this record for the very first time, I couldn't believe it that a band could embrace the spirit and replicate so well the sound of early 80s California hardcore. Man, if you're a Circle Jerks fan, a DI fan, Adolescence fan, man, check this record. This is great. This is amazing. This record came out 30 years ago. It would be hailed as a masterpiece. Amazing. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. My top 4. My top 4. I'm gonna start with my top 4 are JFA, Last Ride, last album. I rarely, for the last 20 years, I cannot even pinpoint an album from a veteran band that blew me away. This one did. JFA Last Ride. Right, I hope it's not their last ride. This is JFA at its best. This record could have came out on the 80s during their golden era. It's amazing. If you are a JFA fan, you need to check this out. Amazing, amazing hardcore. 3, gotta give it to TV Repairman. Such a hyped up band, and rightfully so. What a record. 77 punkish, minimalistic, anthemic, catchy, amazing. Check the song, people, everywhere I go, and yeah, you'll be hooked right away. Amazing. On Total Punk. Second, I'm gonna give it to a record that I just received it 3 days ago, and I cannot stop spinning this. And thank you to Tommy the Vinyl Knot for getting me into these guys. Tickety, Punk Rock Pamaus. This is amazing. I know Tommy commented, he said, yeah, it's a band that makes you smile. And even though I don't understand nothing from the, I don't get Finnish, I don't get it. I don't know nothing about Finnish, rather than the music. Yeah, these guys are having fun. This is 77 Pogo Punk. So well played. You need to check this. You need this in your life. It's like one of those records that you listen to it and you might think, yeah, sometimes less is more. It's amazing. It's amazing. I wish I could ramble a little bit more about this, but at this point in time, the only thing that I can say about this record is that I agree with Tommy. This is a punk record that makes you happy. It's amazing. And last but not least, the record that I listened the most in 2023, and it's also on my top 1. Stoked about this. Big fan from these guys since the very beginning. And God, I was blown away when this came out. The Unknowns, East Coast Low. Their first LP and singles are a little bit are garagey, more on the lo-fi end of the spectrum. Here, they elevated things a notch, and this is just like fun 77 pub rock, garagey, party, teenage punk fun. The lyrics are, some of the lyrics you could say are on the emo side, but I think there's a lot of sarcasm in here. This is fun, and a record that provides me fun. Man, it's the kind of music that I want to listen to. There you go. So I'm not gonna edit this. Well, I never edited a video, but I know I'm not gonna edit, and I know I'm not gonna try to do this again. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope you guys can get some value out of the content I share with you guys today. And I wish you all a happy holidays, and we will be back on full force next year. Take care. Cheers.